All right, so Tyson's just got a slight lead. So I'll just try and fix Tyson's. He's just got a slight lead on the TheMarioPianist here, but he goes for the mushroom cut and just doesn't get it. So then you see with Carson TheMarioPianist, he doesn't go for that cut. Probably saves about a second and a half, 2 seconds maybe. He went the safer option, and it's worked out well for him. So I know he's watching the restream of this, so I think he'll know to take it pretty safe, whereas Tyson might have to go for it again for sure.
Yeah, Tyson's definitely going to be reliant now on a mistake from TMP. But if TMP can see the stream, if he plays relatively safe, he should be able to get the first track on the board here. But it's always risky, the mushroom cut. If you hit 3 in a row pretty clean, it definitely pays off. But as you just saw there from Tyson, if you do mess up either of those laps, it can pull you left or pull you right and actually lose quite a few seconds.
Yep. So he's got past it now. Tyson going for 3 in a row, not getting it. So I'd say Carson's definitely going to take this one out. No dramas at all. So and does it with a 1:18.03. So that's a pretty decent one try for Division 3. That's probably roughly the time you'd expect to see. So
yeah, pretty consistent. And Tyson coming in with a 1:26.86, I think it was.
Mm-hmm. Right under that should be.
Okay, and the next pick is going to take us to Wario Stadium. We're just adding on the track point now. Just bear with us, guys.
Not sets. What's going on here?
So Wario Stadium, we're going to head there very shortly. It's a highly technical track, and you generally find it does favour the higher ranked player, just because it is such a long track, and essentially a lot of mini turbos. And I think the tighter you can keep around the corners and quicker you can get the mini turbos off, definitely make it usually a better track for the stronger player or the higher ranked player. For anybody that is new to Mario Kart, you will see a lot of mini turbos throughout the match. That essentially is when the smoke at the back of the card goes from white to yellow to brown and releases a small speed boost. And essentially that will be throughout the whole of the match or whole of the track. And it does actually speed up the kart significantly. So Wario Stadium actually is the second longest track in Mario Kart as well. And for anyone that's new to the One Try League, we essentially do the first to 4 tracks will win the set, and the first to 3 sets will win the match.
All right, just working out the controls, but that should be good. Should be pretty much good now.
Okay, we got Tyson just off to a slightly quicker lead than TMP as well on this track.
Expect to see a lot of crashing into the walls too. Obviously, these players are trying to stick relatively close to the walls, but a lot of wayward mini turbos can definitely make them crash and bonk into the walls a fair bit in this track. So.
Okay, Tyson goes for the first shroom, and it's relatively clean. It's not a bad shroom. And TMP also relatively clean there as well. And we've got it synced up now.
Good. Smurfy must have done that.
Thanks, Smurfy. Okay, and they're coming into the first conclusion of the first lap, and it looks like TMP has a slight lead, but still anyone's race at this point. We've got TMP coming in at a 1:16.24 and just under 2 seconds behind 1:18.23 for Tyson.
So you definitely expect Carson TMP being the higher ranked player. Definitely chose this track because he's far stronger at it, a bit longer, plenty of time for him to catch up if he makes mistakes. Tyson getting a very good shroom there actually, going over those hills. So
yeah, it's 2 from 2. Nice shrooms for Tyson.
Yep. And these guys are both, I'm not sure if you mentioned it before, they're playing on NTSC, so it runs pretty significantly faster than what a power stream, if those who are used to seeing it. So yeah, good call out. So we will see it move faster than just standard kind of power, which is mainly found in Europe and Australia. So it does make things a little bit more difficult, a little less time to react to certain situations compared to power, which does run a bit slower. Okay, and we've got TMP opening up a lead here now. I think he's probably a few seconds ahead. Probably about 5, I reckon. Yeah,
about 5 seconds, and yeah, I think this kind of is where being the high ranked player can really come into benefit, because it's a pretty low variable track in regards to you. Unless you crash into the wall coming off a jump, you can't really mess up too much, other than bonking the wall pretty significantly. But at the moment, he's driving pretty clean. Tyson with another really clean shroom there too. I'm very impressed with him getting 3 out of 3. I don't usually get 3 out of 3, so as clean as that. So no, he's doing really well. He's having a good race. I'm wondering if he can be on PR pace. So yeah, both players actually having a pretty good race. Okay, so we've got TMP coming into the home stretch, and he's going to finish with a 3:49.44. And Tyson roughly 5 seconds behind, 3:54.31.
Yeah.
Okay, so the second track win to TMP.
Hard to tell whether that's a PR from Tyson, because obviously all those times are his shortcut times. So he's been doing a lot of shortcut gaming. So
we will also see just on the stream, guys, there is 2 jokers that the players can use throughout the match. One is a shortcut joker, where they can choose any track to do a shortcut. Many of the tracks in Mario Kart 64 do have shortcuts. So 1 per player, and also there is a flap joker, which is pretty much a first lap race, so you can complete the first lap the fastest.
So next race is going to Bowser's Castle. Tyson picking this one for his second choice. This one's always a really good one to see in any standard. Fomps are on cycles. If you hit one, it completely throws your cycles off, and you just don't get a good run for the rest of the race. So really important to try and keep a consistent race.
Yeah, very true. You can play this in time trials, and you really get used to the thwomp cycles, but the moment that you hit one, as Dossie just pointed out, that can really throw off your positioning on the tracks for laps 2 and 3. So what these guys will be shooting for is clean race, so they can stay in line with the thwomp cycles that they probably know. What we'll see here, more than likely, is shrooms across this grass. And we're just seeing the first one now from TMP and Tyson, both of them relatively clean on the first shroom. And they come into the first room with thwomps, and TMP's through cleanly, and so is Tyson. Very well done.
Yeah. Obviously, a lava, going into the lava just before we saw those guys pass, generally spells game over. Hitting a thwomp's probably not the worst thing, maybe in TMP's case, because he's quite significantly faster than Tyson. He might be able to catch that kind of time up, but definitely going into the lava or something like that is pretty much game over, really, unless your opponent does the exact same. TMP just bonking into the wall there with a pretty average shroom, he would say, but gets through the swamps pretty quick, pretty easy there, so that's not too bad.
Both players through the swamps clean. Oh, and Tyson into a thwomp in the second room. Those sliding thwomps do tend to be the harder of the two, and do cause a lot of players some problems. And sometimes you literally just turn that corner and they're absolutely unavoidable. So, but
and it's the worst thing about Bowser's Castle is the faster you get, you're always getting a new cycle for them. So if you gain a second over your PR times, you're obviously going to get a new cycle every time. So it's kind of getting used to what their new cycles are going to be. So
yeah, that's true. And TMP is through on the third lap pretty cleanly. Tyson also doing well on his third lap. A little bit of trouble there with the stairs, but he's through okay. But there's not many places TMP could make a mistake here. So yeah, he should go through safely and take this third track.
Yep. 158. Nice.
158.08 and 201.60. Okay,
probably not his cleanest race there from the TheMarioPianist, but just happy to get the win, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. That'll take him to set point, and that's not too bad for a one try. I've seen, especially even from myself, some pretty bad one tries on Bowser's Castle, so it's not a bad one try at all. All right, so we're going to be heading to Sherbetland, guys, for our next track. And Sherbetland also has some, I guess you could say, obstacles on cycles in the form of penguins for this particular track. So, again, it's one of those tracks where if you're on the pace that you know, the penguins aren't too much trouble. But if you do find yourself either ahead of your normal pace or behind, if a mistake is made, it can make things pretty difficult to staying in line with those cycles.
Just a couple of days ago, the TheMarioPianist did this race. He had a one-try match a couple of days ago, and absolutely had a shocker win both. He had to do this track 2 out of 3 races when the track's reset, and just had an awful time. And I know all week he's been grinding this track really hard, so he'll be looking to come out and make a statement on this track for sure. He'll laugh when he hears this, I'm sure too.
Something we'll also see that hopefully doesn't happen to either player, but you can actually fall in the water relatively easily through these crack jumps. And not only do you fall in the water and Lakitu picks you up, but you also get frozen, which makes it even more time consuming. I think it's somewhere between 6 to 8 seconds if somebody falls in. So that's, hopefully happens to neither player, but definitely the riskier you take these crack jumps, definitely more chance of that happening.
Yeah.
Okay, and both players using their first stream through the cave. We'll probably see that on all 3 laps. And TMP through, and Tyson also through, 34.07 for TMP, and a it was a 34.52. So for Tyson's, there's not too much in it.
You can see TMP is doing slightly more aggressive crack jumps than Tyson is, so you're definitely gaining a lot of time on those sections for sure.
Ooh, very close, very risky from TMP, but ended up being a really nice shroom. Just past the penguin there.
Oof. Very, very tight, very sketchy section there from TMP, but he got through, so...
Okay, so we've got TMP's opened up a fair lead now. I think he's got about a maybe 1.4 second lead over Tyson, but we'll see how he goes with this third shroom.
And this one's generally the hardest one, I reckon, out of all the three penguins.
And he does hit a penguin, and Tyson is gonna... Tyson just misses a penguin as well. Yep. And this is actually going to be close to the end. If Tyson can stay mistake-free from here, he might take it. No, he's hit a penguin.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Oh.
That's very unfortunate. He'll be spewing. Absolutely spewing.
Oh, and he's hit it again.
Just to really rub it in, yeah. So I think bit of a swag finish, nice. So I think Tyson would have had that race. Had he not fallen. He just, a bit unfortunate, but
really, really close race in the end, guys, and sometimes it really comes down to even that last turn that can make or break a track. But that'll be the first set to TMP, so well played by him. And we head into the second set, and we'll just get the track selection from the guys, and we'll jump straight in.
You just count them down, Rox, while I get the... No, not the winner.
Yep, I'll do the countdown. I'm just waiting to see where we're heading, guys. They're just deciding on their track. Okay, we're going to head to Yoshi Valley. And I'm just going to count them down now. Okay, so Yoshi Valley, notoriously known for the spinies, which are in two main locations of each lap. If you do hit a spiny, you literally spin out in circles and have no control over the kart whatsoever. And worst case scenario, you can actually fall off the cliff, and it's quite a deep cliff as well. So it is very much a big time loss if that does happen. But we'll see how risky they go. There's many different pathways you can take on Yoshi Valley, the quickest being the one that goes through the spinies, of course, to make things the most difficult. But if you do get through clean, it's significantly faster, but we'll see how much they do risk on each lap here. There also is a relatively risky hairpin jump as well, which, again, if you do make a mistake there, it can be very time consuming. But if they can hit 3 from 3, it will be... definitely a big advantage for that player.
So TMP going for the spinies, and he hits and he falls. That is very bad. That's going to cost him about 7 seconds, and Tyson gets a nice jump. So, and just a little bit more rubbing it into the wound there. A few more spinies. So it'd be interesting to see. And he's going the safe option. He didn't have a good lineup with that hairpin jump, and he's going to cost himself probably another 5 or 6 seconds, I guess, going around and not going to hairpin. And Tyson going through the spinies lap 2 hits him, but he's got such a big lead. I don't think it's going to really matter that much.
Yeah, as long as I don't think Tyson's watching the restream, so as long as he can stay relatively clean, he should take this. But he's probably unaware of how risky TMP is going or where he is, so see what he does here on the third lap. Okay, and TMP now's the second hairpin.
Oh, Tyson, very, very sketchy. Just gets on the right side of the fence there, so just needs to get through here, and he's pretty much home and hosed.
He makes it.
Nice. Yeah, very, very comfortable win for Tyson in the end. So even though he had a little spiny hit, but GG to him, good win.
Okay, so early lead to Tyson in the second set. That's his first track win of the match.
Just trying to figure out how to reset the set score. I think they got it. Yeah.
Okay, so it is TMP's pick, and he's going to take us to Royal Raceway.
Don't know what's going on with Tyson's number there, but that obviously says he's got a track win, so don't be confused by that.
There we go. It's come up now.
Cool.
Alrighty, so Royal Raceway. Relatively long track. Another one that generally does favour the higher ranked player, but definitely a few places where you can lose a lot of time. One coming up right now as they try to do a hairpin jump here, and both of them go for it. Not too bad. You can actually save or lose a lot of time there depending on how clean you get that MT up that hairpin jump. And we're seeing the first shroom now, and a little bit wide there from TMP, but overall quite clean. And every lap they'll go through these zip boosts, which are these kind of yellow and red boosts. And similar to mushrooms, if you are sliding across those, it's actually faster than just driving straight. So we'll probably see them go for that each lap as well.
$49.85, so about a 0.4 lead for TMP. So Tyson's actually keeping up pretty well, I would say, so far. He's having a pretty good race.
Yeah.
Holds that mini turbo and goes into the grass there for a while, so that's going to cost him a fair bit. He really needs to play right at his best, Tyson, to keep up with the consistency of TMP, but he's doing pretty good so far.
Okay, we see TMP going for the double MT after the ramp jump there. Don't know if he got the second one, but and he's fallen.
And he falls. That is bad. That's a very bad mistake there.
Yeah,
so that's probably probably nearly 7 seconds as well, 6 or 7 seconds.
Yeah, that'll definitely set him back. So we'll see if Tyson can stay mistake free here, and he'll go actually 2 tracks into this second set.
Yeah. So Tyson's starting out the tournament around rank 8 or 900, I think. So he's cut his ranking in half pretty much, and his first few races weren't super competitive, but in the last match he played Mr. Pitt and took it to 5 sets, which was really good for him, and it was a really good match to watch. So he's definitely getting more competitive and cutting down on those really bad mistakes. So, and he should take this match really easily. So well done, 131. That's a pretty good time, and it's a PR as well.
Yeah, really nice from Tyson. Unlucky for TMP. That's if you do come off that kind of jump into that slide a bit wrong, you can slide off into the water there, which is what we saw happen there with TMP. But yeah, definitely not taking anything away from Tyson. Very consistent laps, well driven.
Yeah, nearly a 0.4 PR, so really well done. And he goes 2 up in the second set. Really nice. So strategic picks now would really come in. Maybe he throws in a shortcut. Joker, I know Tyson's been doing a lot of shortcut stuff lately, so that'd be a really good chance to go 3 up. And I know MarioPianist doesn't do as much shortcut stuff compared to Tyson, so be very interesting pick to see what he goes from here.
Okay, and he does take us to a shortcut, DKJP shortcut.
Ooh, very nice.
So Dossie called it, and we're going to head to DKJP for the first Joker pick of the match.
Yep.
And I'm going to count them down now.
Seeing MarioPianist's reaction too doesn't seem like he's very confident in the shortcut stuff, so very, very good pick, very good strategic pick. It's a pity he only gets 1 shortcut Joker for the whole match, but it's a good chance to pinch your set off someone if you get a couple of if you get a break on them. So really smart pick.
So the shortcut here we'll see very shortly, but you can actually clip back into the cave. You'll see them kind of driving through the wall, but the fastest way to do this is to clip just to the left back into the cave, and it will actually trigger the game into thinking that you're at the back, right at the back end of the lap, and cat the lap for you. But there is the other way, which it still can be done, but it does take more time. You can actually go through the wall and fall down into the water. So we'll see the players go for it now.
Tyson getting the nice AB spin start boost, so he's been practicing this a lot. So
okay, I don't know if that worked. It was hard to tell if that worked for Tyson. He did clip back in, or didn't work for TMP. Didn't think he got far enough.
Tyson a little bit shaky and not getting it as well. So
and it should count for Tyson for that first lap, I think. But we'll see as he goes through.
And TMP's already decided to just drive the track normally, so he's had enough of it. He's just going to do it nice and safe, see what happens. And Tyson getting the second one, so Blue Town, you can only use short track Joker per person once for the whole match, not for a set. So Tyson definitely got a huge advantage here. Plenty of time up his sleeve just to hit the last one. That's all he needs to do.
Oh,
and he does it, he clicks out. So
okay, so Tyson just needing to land this last one. Oh, he clips back out to the right, having a bit of trouble with this last shortcut.
maybe this could actually come down to the wire if it keeps at it like it is.
Yeah.
So I think he's taking a bit more time to set this one up.
Yeah. That should be okay. Yes, he's got it.
Gets it. Yeah. So well done. Very nicely done, Tice. And we'll go 3 up.
Okay. Some really good pick there from Tyson. I think he, as Dossie pointed out, he's been working on that track a little bit and caught TMP by surprise. So he'll actually go into set point for this second set.
And now we've just got to wait on TMP to meander his way around the rest of the track. So Tyson saying that was very stressful, even though he comfortably won by 50 odd seconds.
He's probably getting a little bit worried that TMP was going to catch him on the non-shortcut route. Okay, we're going to go to Luigi Raceway as the final pick. This is from TMP.
potentially final pick, yes. Which I would assume this is a very low variance track, no risk at all. Should just be looking to just get the job done, pretty much. Yeah,
it's actually a really smart pick from TMP, being the higher ranked driver. So I think probably the hardest part about Luigi Raceway, these straight stretch mini turbos, which we'll see the both players probably going for here just before each turn, and then really just trying to keep tight and quick MTs through these turns. Not sure what shroom strat they'll go for. Usually you'd go for a first lap first shroom, and second lap use the final two, but there is a mystery boost. I'm not sure how much practice the guys have had going for that, but you might see it here on the first lap, where they will actually use their first shroom on the final turn, simultaneously releasing the MT as the shroom ends and bonking into the wall. And for some strange reason, the game actually makes you go faster.
Yeah, quite a handy little find, isn't it, too? So pretty much it's the slowest section of the track coming out of there. So
yeah, I think we got TMP going for it, but we don't think he got the brown smoke.
It'll still take a slight lead, but Tyson does have an extra mushroom up his sleeve, so Tyson will be probably wanting TMP to have a bad mushroom cut here again for the shroom strategy. So probably what's most likely going to cost it for TMP.
Yeah, we'll probably see a double shroom and maybe even a triple here from Tyson. We do. Interesting shroom strat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 32.82 for the second and 32.83 in the second lap for Tyson. So I think TMP had a lead in the first lap. So
yeah, about half a second I reckon it was. So we'll keep that half a second again.
And we see TMP coming around. I think he's going to be able to do enough here to hold on to this lead.
Yep.
And he should take us to 3-1 in the second set. And does. With a 141.32 and Tyson finishing in a 143.23.
Yeah. So yeah, so the first lap was nearly a full second, so full second difference. That was pretty close to the difference. Just a little bit better of a shroom strat by TMP. And a bit cleaner. So back to Tyson's pick now. This will be, he only needs to get one more to take out the set. So he'll probably have another 2 opportunities to pick a track if he needs. Here's the comeback. Maybe, guys, maybe.
So Tyson just deciding what he's going to pick here. It's obviously a relatively big track pick for him, as it will win the set if he can pick something that he knows is maybe his strength or something he feels quite confident in. You will see as well, you've probably noticed that both players are either driving with Toad, Yoshi or Peach. They are the 3 fastest players in the game. Much faster than the other players. I think Toad is a little bit lighter as well, but they're more or less the same in regards to speed. Okay, we're going to get a Moo Moo farm here.
Sorry, Rox, I beat you to it.
We just got 2, 3, 2, 1 goes there. All right, so anyone that's played Mario Kart 64 before will know that Moo Moo Farm is notoriously known for the moles, which are absolutely RNG. There isn't too much RNG on Mario Kart 64. Most of the obstacles are actually on cycles, but Moo Moo Farm moles are completely random, which does make it very difficult, particularly if you do shroom through them, which is definitely the fastest route if you come through the final turn of the lap. And I think each mole, if you do hit one, and correct me if I'm wrong, Dossie, but I think it's roughly around 2 seconds or so, 2-second time loss.
Yeah, about that. Maybe 2 and a bit. Not too much more. So
Yeah.
I think someone told me that the moles are, it's a 40% chance when you go over them that they're going to hit you. So it's quite a high chance that you're gonna hit one. So it'll be interesting to see what their strategies are going over the top of them. Both players going wide of the first patch of moles. So far so pretty safe. You'll definitely see more higher ranked players. They have pathways through the moles. So
okay, both players through clean on the first lap, and we've got 26.15 and 26.34. So around about 0.2 in at TMP just ahead.
Yeah, Tyson YOLOing it over the moles through shroom there. So which paid off. It's key. He's kept up a bit, so that's good. Not sure. It's probably not a long term.
Oh, TMP hits a mole, and they both hit a mole. Okay.
And unfortunate, very unfortunate for Tyson's sake anyway. So.
I think actually Tyson gained 0.4 in that lap though, so I think he's.
Oh really? Cool.
Yeah, unless I read the times wrong, but it's going to be very close coming to this third lap. I think it's going to come down to who is going to risk this third shroom more.
Looks like Tyson's going to
go
go
clean. Oh, TMP hits a mole, and so does Tyson. This is going to be close. Who can finish clean? This is going to be very tight. And TMP takes it by 0.06, 121.46, 121.52.
Wow, that is close. That is so unfortunate for Tyson. That was his chance to get the set, obviously, but yeah, just not quite. High risk, high reward, and just didn't pay off for him.
Yeah, both players hitting 2 moles there. One in the second lap, one in the third lap, but yeah, very, very close race. All right, that'll take us to 3-2 in the set. So the TMP is definitely on a comeback here on this second set.
Tyson saying, if only played the last turn safe.
Okay, we're going to go to KD, Calamari Desert. It's TMP's pick.
So both of these guys were in a Discord call earlier with me, talking about Calamari Desert itself, and just what shroom strats that they're going to use throughout this. I was trying to teach Tyson a new shroom strat that might get him a little bit faster, but he couldn't quite get it. So I don't know if he's going to go for it or not. But yeah, definitely hitting the train is going to be the major factor in this race.
Yeah, definitely will. And I think what we'll probably see here will be maybe a 2-0-1 shroom strat or a 2-1-0. I'm sure how confident the guys are with that third lap train, which usually does cause some players some issues.
Yeah, there's multiple shroom strats for this track, just depending on your ability and how fast you are overall. So
I think we'll definitely see 2 shrooms here in this first lap, and we just saw both players using it on this first bend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, both players using second shroom. Okay, Tyson's gone for a 3 shroom first lap. And so is TMP. Okay.
Yeah. And TMP bonking into the fence though, so he's going to have some real troubles with the train coming up on the third lap. The second train on the third lap is definitely going to be causing him some issues. You generally want to try and beat the train.
Oh, and Tyson, no. TMP is getting caught there, and Tyson gets through. We'll see if he has any problems with the third lap train.
That's the one. I thought TMP might have nearly, and he's probably not going to beat the
He's just got through.
Yeah.
Just got through.
So hitting that train now, TMP is going to miss the third lap train. But yeah, Tyson, it's going to be up to whether Tyson hits it now or not. I know TMP told Tyson if he doesn't make it, just brake. Don't try and beat the train. It'll be a lot safer. So
yeah. Okay, I think that Tyson's going to have some problems here with this third lap train. I think it's going to be right in his way, so he is going to have to wait for it to pass. How much time that's going to cost him, I'm not sure. He might be okay. Yes, okay, he should be fine.
Yep. So good strategy, just swerving out of the way. And this is going to give him the set win, so that'll be really nice for Tyson. A lot of big confidence booster too, and probably put a few doubts in TMP's mind as well about maybe underestimating the opponent a little bit. So Tyson taking the set.
Good fight back from TMP. Definitely got Tyson a little bit worried there, but he does hold on and takes the second set. So we are one set apiece.
And I know TMP has got school coming up. It's about 7 a.m. or something like that, 7:30 a.m. for him. Tyson obviously being from Australia, so it's PM. It's about midnight for him now. But yeah, I know TMP's got school coming up, so maybe he's got school coming into his mind or something like that. You never know what you're thinking half the time. No, that ain't underestimating just my ability to shroom without hitting a wall.
TMP, yeah. All right, so all tracks have reset. So the players can actually pick any track they like, as all tracks reset after 2 sets. And we are going to go to Mario Raceway. So TMP winning in the first set when this track was selected. So he obviously feels it's one of his stronger tracks. And we'll see if Tyson actually goes for the mushroom cut this time. He did have some problems with it, or it did cause him some problems in the first track. So
Locke, Break and Rox and myself are on the same time zone as Tyson. We're all on the Australian Eastern Standard, Eastern Daylight, I should say.
Yeah, just coming up to midnight here in the land of Oz. Okay, both players are away.
Tyson just not quite getting out of the grass there, so that'll cost him a little bit of time early on. And going the much safer option,
Yeah, going the safer route this time around. And could prove to be a good move, because it's hard to tell. I think he started slightly before TMP.
Yeah.
They've come in 26-24, 25-84, so it is TMP with the lead. Oh, and Tyson does risk it second lap, and similar to the last time, he unfortunately does come off second best to that Piranha Plant. So we will need a mistake now from TMP, or TMP should run away with this, but
which
I think he'll play it safe.
Plaudits to Tyson, because you don't see that at all in Division 3. I haven't seen any Division 3 player actually go for it yet. So it shows a lot of balls actually to even want to go for that in 2 races. So really, I'm happy to see people actually going for that in our division. So
yeah, I mean, look, if it comes off right, it's probably gonna win the track. So it's definitely worth going for if you feel confident you can hit it clean. But unfortunately for Tyson, he's a couple of seconds behind TMP on that occasion, and TMP will go into an early lead on the set.
Yep. So he only needed to hit that once, Tyson. He probably would have had the jump on TMP. So yeah, you just need to hit it once and you get enough of that time save. So yeah, maybe that was his strategy.
Nice consistent driving from TMP. Okay.
Blue Town. I was rooting for a close match, but now I know Tyson's the Aussie. I'm in his corner. So heading back to Yoshi Valley, yeah.
Oh. So Tyson having a relatively good race last time he picked this. I think it was his pick previously, a couple of sets ago. So yeah, we'll see how he goes this time around, if he can drive relatively clean, and we'll see how risky TMP decides to go.
Yeah, so PRKRR, yeah, you can only pick shortcut once per match if you want to go for shortcut Joker in this format. So it does give a little bit of a kickback to shortcut players, but it's not really that major of an advantage unless you've got the brake on someone, for sure. Tyson getting a pretty good. Oh, and so you already see that TMP is going the safer option already. Tyson going the spinies. They're probably going to be evening out there now.
Yeah, it's pretty neck and neck, and this egg's right in the way for both players, but they do get through onto the bridge.
I'd say TMP, they're neck and neck now on the stream, but I think TMP is slightly behind, so I reckon he'll be just slightly ahead.
0.05 lead to Tyson, very close. Anyone's match still.
Yeah.
They've both gone the same route for this second lap, playing it safe.
Tyson hitting the spine.
Important, and Tyson, he's through clean. Oh, and TMP does fall off. That will cost him some time.
Yep. So yeah, Tyson obviously going the safer option because he did hit the spinies on the first lap. So it's going to throw his spiny cycle out on the next 2 or 3 laps. He wouldn't be used to it, so he goes the safer option, which has turned out to be a pretty good call in the end. So it's just whether he can hit this third one here now.
And
looking good.
He does.
Yep, very nice.
So he can get past this egg. He should be okay, and he is.
So Tyson going to take back Yoshi Valley. 2 for him now.
Yeah, that'll take it to 1-1 in this third set.
And TMP falls back down, bugger. So TMP having the match before, I was talking about the Sherbet, he had some issues with Yoshi Valley on that one as well. So you might have to go back to grinding Yoshi Valley for a little bit. Right, Tyson, 1-1. That's good. Good close match. I'm liking this.
Yeah, 1 set each, and currently 1-1 in the third set. So, yeah, that's the great thing about the one tries match. But, yeah, I mean, even though there's a relatively big rank difference here, I mean, these high variable tracks can definitely cause some high ranked players some troubles.
Mm.
Okay, we're going to go back to Wario Stadium. So this is a smart pick from TMP, being the higher ranked driver, and he did win this by, I think, significantly of 4 or 5 seconds.
Yeah, about 5 seconds, yeah. So it's funny, actually, you were saying in the chat he's trying to rush through them a bit. Interesting going the longer track for him, but definitely one he probably feels most comfortable to pinch a win back, for sure. Thank you, CV. No, nothing major is happening just yet. Very, very nice and tight. TMP is much tighter to the walls probably than Tyson is, so he's going to be definitely gaining a fair bit there. Good
I'm actually
both players. Yeah,
I'm actually impressed with these guys' shroom on Wario Stadium. Very nice, and not going for the flip-flop MT, but they're very difficult to get.
Yeah, you wouldn't see that much in Div 3 at all, I don't think. There's probably only 1 or 2 that could probably actually pull it off successfully.
Yeah, it's a risky strat.
I know, Roxy, being in Div 2, ranked 33rd overall in Mario Kart, you've probably had your fair issues with it, I'm sure.
Oh, I have many. Okay, and we've got TMP coming around to the first lap, 1:15.86, and a couple of seconds behind Tyson, 1:17.91. So Tyson will need a mistake from TMP if he is going to come back here. But at the moment, TMP looking pretty strong. A couple of war bonks, which is expected on Wario Stadium.
Going very wide there, TMP, but not going to cost him a lot of time with how far he is in front.
Oh, and he does tumble on the second.
Yeah. Rox
Okay, he does.
Put the commentator's curse on. Tyson bonking the wall too, but didn't take the tumble and lose all his speed like the TheMarioPianist did. So.
Okay, so we're pretty much back to neck and neck here, give or take. So TMP will need to go back to some pretty clean driving if he's going to take this.
Very important last room. That's probably what's nearly going to decide it. Tyson's hit 5 out of 5, and TMP's just missed that one, and he's let Tyson back into it. So
yeah, he did have a pretty good lead, TMP. Oh no, TMP having all kinds of troubles on the last turn. That will cost him a fair bit.
That's huge. That's
around
massive.
now. So
170.
Yeah, so we will need. TMP will need a mistake here from Tyson.
So it's an 8-second lead from Tyson at the moment. So which is major. That's a huge lead on Wario Stadium with the last lap to go. Tyson's got to probably tumble 2 or 3 or 4 times nearly to the TMP to make that back.
Okay, wide shroom from Tyson. Oh, and he does hit the wall, but he doesn't tumble.
Yep.
Okay, and a nice third shroom there from TMP.
Nice and close, yep. But sadly, it's probably not going to be enough. The only thing which I've never seen it in one try is if Tyson misses this this jump just above where he is right there. If he falls down there, that's probably game over. But I can't see.
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody do it.
Yeah, I think his A button might have to break for that to happen. So
yeah.
I've seen it happen on GP. Sometimes the CPUs like to use lightning right before you go over that jump, but you're okay in time trials.
Yeah. So Tyson gonna get the win. That's a really probably very surprising. I wouldn't have picked Tyson to beat a higher ranked player on a track like this, but as you can see, you just need that one mistake. And I reckon Tyson's time last time was a 3:54. So he beat his last attempt at it by a second. And I'm actually going to look up what Tyson's PR is. 3:51.61 for this track. So Tyson getting a double PR. So the first track he got a 3:54, and this time he got a 3:53. So he's had a double PR so far on Wario Stadium. Just looking up his times. So really good, really well played, yeah.
Really nice driving. Really nice driving. And we are getting taken to Banshee Boardwalk, guys, which we haven't had this match. Interesting pick there from Tyson. But yeah, it can be a very cruel track, particularly if you do come off the edge on any of the parts of the track. It can be very time consuming. You fall straight into the water. And also the bat cave as well can be quite difficult to get clean. The bat house.
It's very easy to get caught on the wall like TMP did in Wario Stadium. Very easy to get caught on those areas and lose you a significant time too.
Okay, here we go.
So I don't know how much Tyson's ground this track out. Yeah, be very interesting to see how he goes. Where his shrooms are going to be.
So we see.
Yep.
See the first one there from TMP. So I think we'll see Tyson probably shrooming on this final turn. And he does.
Very wide, very loose. So.
Okay, not much in it at all. 37.11 and 37.25. So TMP just ahead.
So if that was a tighter shroom by Tyson, I'd say he would have nearly had the lead on him there.
No bad shroom from TMP. He goes through the bat house. Bit wide to the bat house for Tyson. He's having some trouble getting out of the bat house there. Oh, and he's off. No.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, it can really be that easy on Banshee Boardwalk where you seem to be driving relatively well, but then you just get snagged on the fence and kind of springs you off in a certain direction and straight off the edge. So
and probably one of the drawbacks, because I also play on NTSC, and yeah, like you were saying earlier, Ox, reaction time's just not quite there. So if you do hit a wall and go sideways, there's just not a lot you can do if you fall down.
Yeah, definitely. I
know you haven't had a lot of down again. I know you haven't had a lot of experience on NTSC, but yeah.
No, I haven't played a lot of NTSC, but yeah, definitely the reaction time, particularly if you do snag a wall like that, like we've just seen Tyson do. But relatively clean from TMP. He does come through with a 152.33, and I think that'll be a track that Tyson will like to forget. And we will go 2-2 in the third set.
And TMP deciding to go back to Luigi Raceway. Pretty safe pick for him.
Yeah, another smart pick there from TMP. Another low variable track. So we'll see if they change up their shroom strats. I think TMP will probably go for the mystery boost on lap 1 again, and we'll see if Tyson actually goes for all 3 shrooms on his third lap, or if he does change that up as well.
I know when I was around Tyson's ranks a few months ago, getting doing a 3-0-0 or a 3 shroom lap could also very easily get me a 3-lap PR as well as a fast lap PR. So it's one of those ones you can actually snag a 3-lap PR and fast lap PR all in one. So whether he just does the 3-lap because he's not as good as the 1 shroom strategy, we'll see. Pretty good start by both of them, actually.
Yep, pretty clean, pretty clean. Just clipping the water a little bit in the tunnel, but nothing that's going to cause too much problems.
Yep.
And a much cleaner shroom this time around from TMP. Hard to see if he did get the mystery boost there, but he's ahead with a 34.26.
And 34.89 from Tyson, so I think about a 0.6 lead. But still has that shroom up his sleeve, so whether he can get 3 really good shrooms on this second lap, who knows. Fairly wide, not getting the maximum effect out of all the shrooms, but I didn't actually catch what the times were there, but I imagine Carson's TMP's in the lead still.
Yeah, it was 33.04 to TMP, 33, I think 03 to Tyson, so I think...
still has that 0.6 lead then, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's going to hold on to the first lap gap that he's drawn out there, and he's looked like he's coming home pretty strong, so we should see a track win here for TMP.
Yep. Around about a second, yeah. Yep.
So both players still have their flap jokers if they do want to use them. And also, TMP does have a shortcut joker, should he want to use that as well.
Which I can't imagine he will. I think he's pretty happy just to get the wins, for sure. I could only imagine the one he'd want to pick on this would be Frappe Snowland, being the easiest shortcut joker, but I just don't think it's worth him taking the risk on doing something like that. Tyson taking us to Bowser's Castle, and he's using his flap joker on this track. So Tyson using all of his jokers, I should say.
Yeah, again, not a bad pick at all from Tyson. It does leave a lot of room for error for TMP, and if Tyson can drive clean and TMP does have a bad run, it will take it to 3-all. So we'll see who has the cleaner race here.
Tyson just trying to find out where Bowser's Castle is.
So these swamps were causing some problems on the 3-lap, mainly for Tyson, if I recall correctly. But on the fast lap, as long as you can stay relatively thwomp free from the first room, you should be okay going to the second room with the sliding thwomps. So see how they go here. This room will be important as well. Okay, both through okay.
Pretty clean. Tyson almost hitting that first thwomp as he come through the door.
That's important. Oh, TMP does get snagged. Okay, and they're both through okay in the second room.
Tyson getting
that was through the stairs. Tyson is having some difficulty there. I think Tyson is holding on for now. TMP is coming back though. I think
he's got it in the bag.
Hold on.
Yeah. And get Kurt snagged on the wall. Oh, what do we got? 39 to yep. So 0.6 win. So very nicely done, and that takes it to 3-all. This is a nice juicy set. This one for sure. So Tyson's Joker's working well for him. That's 2 from 2 on his Jokers.
Yeah, so, very close match. And it is TMP's pick, so we'll see what he does, but something maybe low variance, but we'll see where he decides to take us.
So Blue Town, that was a fast lap Joker. So it's just using all your shrooms on the first lap of the track. Whoever records the best lap time wins it. And Team P going back to Royal Raceway, which he did lose last time as well. So interesting pick.
He did. He fell in the water last time, but he was actually looking like he was driving better until that mistake. So
yeah, for sure.
His plan must be here to try and drive a little bit safer, and being a relatively long track as well, and the higher ranked player, it's not a bad pick.
So I think this, you were saying earlier, this is one of the longest. I think it's the 4th longest off the top of my head.
I think you'd be right. I think there's Rainbow Road, definitely the longest. Wario Stadium, probably Totes Turnpike. I think
Totes, yeah. Totes Turnpike, based on the overall time of the track. Whereas this one, maybe a second or two shorter per lap. So
yeah. Okay, both players with the shroom start just off into the grass, but no major time loss as they come through to the hairpin jump. And it looked like TMP might have got slightly cleaner, but he did end up in the grass there.
That's pretty clean for Tyson as well, I'd say. Very, very clean from him.
Okay, first shroom.
Just its fraction early, I reckon.
Yeah, we're pretty much neck and neck here as we come through to the final bends of the first lap.
Pretty clean by Tyson too. That's very, very nicely played there. No, TMP getting stuck in the grass. That's very costly. So it takes a 3.4, just about a 0.4 lap. First lap advantage for Tyson. So.
Oh no, and he does get snagged. That's tough when that happens.
Yeah. So not his track today, unfortunately. TMP.
Well, we'll see if Tyson can finish this clean. I mean, we saw in the first race just how easily things can change by falling in the water, but TMP definitely will need Tyson to make a mistake here.
Yep. And that's probably the water traps. There's 2 water traps just at one at the hairpin, one coming up to him now. That's probably going to be where he's going to lose it, but looks safe enough going there. Yep. So the water trap on the left-hand side here is very easy to fall in that if you get caught in the grass, but looks like he navigates that really well.
Okay, not a bad hairpin jump from Tyson. Yeah. And TMP also coming through with his hairpin jump. So we see the final shroom here.
Yep.
Oh, it's fine. He does stay on the ramp. That's very important.
Yeah, missed that a couple.
Yeah. Okay, and last few turns here for Tyson. As long as he doesn't do what TMP did in the previous track, he should come through okay with a win here.
And TMP hits the side of the mountain by the look of it, or side of the hill, and loses all his speed. So Tyson taking the set with another PR. That's 2 double PRs for this game. He got a PR in the first Royal Raceway, and he gets a second PR now again. So with another half second cut, pretty much. Really nice. So GG to Tyson, really taking it to his opponent here. This is really good.
Okay, so TMP is going to take us to Sherbetland. We are going to commence the 4th set.
I'll just be back in 2 shakes, rocks. I'll leave this one for you for a moment.
No worries at all. So as we saw in the first set, the main variables that you'll find in Sherbetland are essentially around these penguins, which are on a cycle, but you do find yourself outside of that cycle. That's where they can cause you some problems. And also through the crack jumps, which can definitely save a lot of time, but if you do go too risky and overestimate any of these crack jumps at all, you can very easily fall in the water. And not only do you fall in the water and get picked up by Lakitu, you also get frozen. And I think collectively it's around about an 8-second time loss. So hopefully we don't see that from any of these players. Hopefully they both drive very clean. Okay, and we're off, and we see TMP just slightly ahead on the stream in comparison to Tyson. And nice crack jump there from TMP. Tyson not going as risky, but not a bad jump either. They both go into the cave where we'll more than likely see the shrooms being used. Oh, and TMP does have some problems with the penguin. Okay, and we do see Tyson go out to a lead here. He didn't spin out, so it's definitely anybody's race still. But he did get pushed back a little bit there. And we see the first lap 35.16 to 36.57. So Tyson over a second lead at the moment.
All right, I'm back. Saw TMP just hit that penguin. Hopefully Tyson doesn't hit the penguin on the last lap like he did.
Oh, and Tyson just going in between those 2 penguins. You can't get much closer.
Yeah, generally you see a lot of people go on the left-hand side of those penguins just because of their cycle, but yep, Tyson's definitely YOLOing it and doing really well. So
yeah, TMP's doing well here. He's definitely got some time back on Tyson.
Looks like he's back to about a half a second lead maybe for Tyson, a bit less.
I think so. We're just having some freezing on TMP stream. Hopefully that comes through soon.
Maybe I'll check his actual stream. Oh, no, we're back. Yep. And I think he's hit a penguin there, just judging by how far behind Tyson he is now.
Okay, and I think we see a PR here from Tyson.
Yeah,
144.80. So he's definitely driving really well. It's over a half a second PR. Wow.
Yeah, picked up a handful of good PRs. So Tyson wins. Tyson wins, TMP says in the Discord chat. So
okay, we're back now with TMP. It's okay. So It's lagging a little bit. I think it's okay.
So yeah, must have been a second. Yeah, second. Well, judging by that time, he had a second penguin hit in the cave. I'd say that's what that is. 36.98. Right, I've got to update the scoreboard, don't I? Let's go 1 for Tyson yet again. So we won't be able to change the audio over CV. I don't think Tyson has audio on his end. Yeah, we just seem to have a black screen on Tyson's end. I wonder what's going on there.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there as well. We got TMP stream back absolutely fine now, but Tyson's stream is gone.
No, we're back. We're back. We're all good.
We are going to go to DKJP this time, not for shortcut, but for the normal non-shortcut race. And absolutely key in this race, we will see all players doing a ramp jump, which if you do risk too far on the ramp jump, you can fall in the water. And if your opponent is going relatively safe, that can cost you the track. But at the same time, you don't want to go too safe, because if you do go too safe, then the other player actually goes a little bit riskier. Yeah, definitely can lose a lot of time there as well. In addition to the ramp jump, we'll probably see them use shrooms across the grass where you do actually get hit by these coconut or it might even be some type of fruit. I forget the name of it, but actually come out of the jungle and actually kind of hit the side of your cart and slow you down. So kind of minimizing those where you can is definitely optimal for this track.
Yep, definitely.
Okay,
so probably the major one here is going to be the jump. Oh,
TMP did fall off the side. Oh, and okay, no, that's okay. So Tyson will take an early lead.
Yeah, and TMP hitting the scenery as well. So having a bit of a shocker here, but Tyson's got a really nice lead now. So as long as he can stay really clean, safer ramp jumps will be preferred here, but he won't know obviously what TMP, how far ahead he is yet. So it'll be interesting to see whether he does do safe ones or try to go a bit more aggressive and risk falling in the water. Not too bad. That's aggressive enough with being safe enough, I would have thought.
Alrighty, and Tyson coming around to the end of his second lap. Relatively clean from both drivers for this second lap. And they do get up. Tyson does get up the cave okay. TMP just coming to the cave on his stream. And we'll see how risky Tyson goes on this final jump. But okay, he does go very safe. Almost.
Too safe.
Almost too safe, where he kind of backed out and fell in the water.
Yeah. That's sometimes something that can undo you is going far safer than what you used to. It just completely throws yourself out of whack.
Yeah. Okay, we should see track win here for Tyson. He'll go 2 up in the 4th set.
Last hurdle here and clears it. Yep, nice. Very nice by Tyson. Hard to tell if that's a PR. I'm going to look that up as well at 2:06:13 because he's obviously got all these shortcut times saved there. What do we got? Right, Tyson. DKJP 3 lap is a 2:03. So still a fair bit off. No PR.
No PR. Okay, and we are going to go to a track we haven't actually played yet. So Koopa Troopa Beach.
I know this is one of your favourites, Rocks, that's for sure.
Yeah, there is a cave glitch, which if you're incredibly unlucky, like myself, you actually fall through it. We will see both players going for the cave jump, I would imagine, and hopefully they don't get unlucky and fall through it. Hopefully they can get through clean. But if you do actually miss the cave and actually jump off the ramp to the left or the right, definitely a huge time loss. So both players will be wanting to play relatively safe off the ramp into the cave. Earlier in the match, there's not too much RNG in Mario Kart 64, but one other obstacle in the game is actually the crabs. They're actually, as far as I know, are actually RNG as well. So they're actually not on a cycle. They kind of crawl around everywhere.
So it's a bit hard to weave yourself through them at times, but just Tyson's got a bit of a frozen screen on his end, so we'll just be watching TMP for a start now to come back on, which he has now. So it's pretty neck and neck early.
Yeah, both players pretty safe coming into the cave jump. Here we go. Hey, both through clean. That's what you like to see.
Yep.
And, oh no, and he does hit a tree coming out of the cave, TMP. That's unfortunate. So Tyson will take a lead heading to this second lap.
So yeah, big chance. And I know we've seen in other matches, people have been well behind on, probably bonking on the same tree, and the opponent misses the cave, and yeah, just gives it away. Gives it away to the opponent. But
awesome. Okay, pretty consistent laps for both players for the second lap, and both driving relatively clean. Okay, but if Tyson can stay mistake-free, he should hold on to this. TMP will need him to make an error here, and he nearly actually clipped the left side of that cave entrance, but he does get through safe. He should take this, and TMP getting unlucky again with the palm tree coming out of the cave.
I know this is most
another
preferred.
PR. Another PR.
Yeah. Very consistent laps too. That's good. So that's about nearly his 8th PR for the race, I reckon.
Yeah, wow, he's driving very well.
But
this is actually match point for Tyson.
Yes, it is. So 3 match points. And it's Tyson's pick, I believe, too, so.
Okay, so Tyson's in a pretty good position here to take the match, but we have seen players come back from 3-0 down and actually win sets, so definitely not writing TMP off at this point, especially because he's a higher ranked player. We'll see what happens. All right, and a track we haven't actually played. We're going to go to Totes Turnpike here.
It's a very high variance track, this one, for sure. All the cars, all the traffic is on cycles for this track. Generally don't have a lot of issues with them throughout the track, except for right at the end. There's a big cluster of them at the finish line, so we're going to see them potentially come down to that spot there if someone bonks on a car, bus, or truck.
Yeah, the cars are on cycles. However, it is, again, it's one of those tracks where if you do find yourself hitting a car and losing that 2 or 3 seconds off your normal pace, the traffic is actually a bit of everywhere, so it does throw you off for the rest of the race.
Yep. I think that's a similar thing if you bump into one of them, or if you run into them. It's probably about a 2 or 3 second time loss per hit on them. So.
Yep.
I think, sorry, mate, you're right, you go.
So we will see a lot of MTs just around these bends from the players, so essentially just trying to stay as close to the rail as possible without getting snagged on the rail, and just through these bends, just you'll see a bit of an MT spam fest on through these turns.
And for our American viewers, snagged means getting caught. For our non-Australian viewers, that's very, very Australian language. Is that?
Too much Australian lingo.
Yep.
Okay, we see TMP using his first shroom, and he does actually get through pretty clean there. Good shroom from TMP.
Very aggressive. I like
it. It's a risk. Can be a risky shroom. He did well.
Tyson going the much safer one, which generally not. There's no optimal. I wouldn't say optimal, but there's no benefit to shrooming in one location or another. I would say is there rocks overall for players of these.
No. For the most part, no. You commonly kind of see for this track that players will use most of their streams, if not all of them, on the second lap. But there is no real over the course of the 3 lap. There's not really any kind of disadvantage as long as you're keeping tight along the rail. And I mean, if you use the shroom where TMP did on his second lap, it's advantageous. But as we said, it's pretty risky. But he did well.
Oh, Tyson going well wide there. So this is probably going to come down to, as I said, the cluster of traffic on the last stretch, on that last bend, before the finish line. It'll be pretty hectic there, I think. So if TMP decides to go real safe and if Tyson goes a bit more aggressive, he's got quite a lead, so he's going to have a bit more.
Yeah, if he can stay crush free here, he should hold on here, TMP.
Yep.
Got to get through these two. Oh, that was very close, but he does get through.
Oh, wow. Would have given Tyson the match if he had just clipped him there. So.
Okay, not a bad race from both players. Both of them driving within their top 5 times. Third fastest for TMP and I think second fastest for Tyson. So really good race from both players.
Yep. They'll be both really happy with that. Yes, Jay Will, you guys are backwards, getting snagged on things quite easily.
Okay, we're going to go to a track that we haven't played, which is Frapp Snowland.
Little bit of variance in this track, but I wouldn't say there's a whole lot for the most part of the track.
Yeah, I think, as long as you're shrooming pretty clean, not getting caught out of bounds, which is very time consuming. If you do get caught out of bounds, like a 2 will pick you up and place you down. And roughly, I think 6-7 seconds time loss. Yep. The only other, I guess you could say, variance would be the snowman. And for some reason, they explode in the game of Mario Kart 64. So as long as you don't hit an exploding snowman, you can generally get through relatively clean.
Frappe Snowland must be a Bruce Willis track because everything ends up blowing up for sure. There's only one real little section of snowman that could possibly get them unstuck unless you have some really sloppy driving, but you'll probably see that around the first shroom that they're going to do, probably in the second half of the track, just on the second half of the track. Generally get around that snowman no problem. Hitting snow in this track can slow you down quite significantly, so trying to keep out of the snow as much as they can while they're trying to be as close to the snow as they can. Okay,
and we do see TMP hitting a snowman, and first shroom from and he does come to a stop. Both shroom from both players, not great, but not terrible. They did get through without getting snagged or hitting a snowman in that area.
So Tyson got a nice comfortable little lead, probably about 4 or 5 seconds maybe. 36 versus a 40, just under 4 seconds. So it'll all come down to whether Tyson can just be clean. I think here. I think 4 seconds is a.
Oh, he does get snagged.
Bugger. Yeah.
Oh, and TMP. Oh, geez, he stays in just and okay. It's a risky shroom from TMP.
So now he'll probably know that he's a fraction ahead, depending on how big of a delay he's got, but whether he goes aggressive again and risk getting hit on the snowman. He probably nearly has enough of a lead, even if he did hit a snowman, maybe, that he'd be in front, I reckon, just.
Yeah, so if he can get through clean here, he should take this track. Okay, he looks
pretty safe. Yep.
And snowman for Tyson, unfortunately. So that should take us to 3-2 in this set.
Yep.
And we were 3-0, so TMP definitely making a comeback here in this fourth set.
Really unfortunate for Tyson. That's another chance he's not quite taken, but so I think we're back to Tyson's pick, aren't we?
Yeah, Tyson's pick, 3-2 in the set. Tyson's pick. So Tyson will still be on match point here, and it is his pick. So we'll see what he does select. Yeah, he's going to take us to Calamari Desert. He did have some luck here last time. I think we saw TMP getting caught behind the train on, I think it was the first or second lap. So
second lap, yeah. Yep. So both players did a 3-0-0 shroom strat. So if they do that again.
Yeah, we'll probably see the same again. I think we did see TMP run one shroom into the fence in that cave. Yeah, so if he can drive cleaner, I think, it'll be definitely a very close race. Okay, and they're off. TMP slightly ahead on the stream, but they're pretty close. Both of them getting the shroom start, and we do see a shroom from both players here on the first corner.
Reasonably clean.
Yeah, driving off the track into the sand will definitely does slow you down. Both of them driving, relatively clean. Okay, better shrooms this time from TMP. Also, Tyson does have clean shrooms.
Yep. So,
okay, 33.96, and okay, we do see TMP with just under a second lead.
Yep.
Ooh, Tyson does get through the train. It's a little bit close, but he makes it through okay.
Been caught up on the fence a little bit there by Tyson, so definitely give TMP quite a lead now. It's all up to TMP whether he can beat the train here on the third lap.
Yeah, this will be close. He's going to need some pretty clean MTs here, some pretty clean mini turbos, and
looks like he'll be fine. I think, just judging on where the train. Yep.
You think I think he's going to be okay. It will be close as long as he stays.
I don't think
right-hand side. He does stay to the right-hand side.
Yeah.
Okay, Tyson won't beat the train. So TMP should be able to close this one out from here. And it was 3-0 to Tyson this set, and we're actually going to be locked up at 3-all in the fourth set. Which will land us on one more match point for Tyson and one set point to level it up for TMP.
I don't know. TMP's quite spent on time here because he does have school soon. So
yeah.
Okay. TMP taking us to Choco Mountain for the first time. And we're going to see after this, if TMP managed to get this set, we're going to see all the tracks reset once more. So it'll be another clean pick of sets for everyone.
Alrighty, so Choco Mountain. Here we go. So very easy to get caught on the wall here on Choco Mountain, which can slow you down. So it's one of those tracks where you really do want to stay as tight to the walls or the fence as possible, but you really don't want to be too tight because you do oversteer, you can literally come to a complete stop. There is some RNG boulders. I think apologies. No, they're actually on cycles, the boulders, but they generally don't cause you too much issues. Just depends on your pace and how wide you take the particular turn where the boulders are, but for the most part, they probably won't cause the players too many problems.
Yeah, a sloppy start generally is what gets you hit by the boulders. So, just after a clean start, looks like they're both good.
See a shroom here from both players on the first turn.
Pretty neck and neck so far. Tyson not going to run into trouble with the boulder there. Carson almost, yeah.
Okay,
almost
yeah, we've got
so
very close race here. It'll be interesting to see what these splits are.
good hills by both.
34.51, 34.46. So we do actually have TMP just 0.5 ahead. This is very close.
Slightly different shroom strats there by both guys. So
yeah, and I mean, just looking at it, you'd have to say Tyson's probably slightly ahead at the moment. There's not too much in it.
just yeah, I know he's slightly ahead on the actual stream. It's not perfectly in sync, but gets a good hill here. He doesn't.
Oh no, and TMP tumbles.
No.
Okay, so
Is this the match? Tyson just needs to close it out without tumbling or getting crushed by the rocks. That's going to be the only thing that undoes him, probably.
yeah. Let's see how he goes. So TMP will need to drive clean for the remainder of this and hope that Tyson does make a mistake, which is possible. He's got to get through these boulders.
Yeah, which he does easily.
Okay, and he's got to get through these last two turns, and this might be it for Tyson.
That's it. Nice, clean finish. Well done. That's a game.
That is the game, set, and match, and great racing from both players. I believe it, and Dossie, you might correct me if I'm wrong again, but that's Tyson's first win in this tournament.
That is Tyson's first win.
Yeah, so yeah, GG both players, but a huge congratulations there to Tyson.
Yeah. I know TMP's the tumble, yeah. We'll probably try and drag Tyson in. I don't know if, TMP's got to shoot off, so we'll try and drag Tyson
for an
in.
interview.
I've got to get the link to him. Where's that? Murphy. So really, really solid racing there by Tyson. that's two games in a row now. He's taken it all the way and pushed some pretty handy players. So
yeah, it's always great when you see the lower ranked player really put up a good fight, and in this match for Tyson, it really paid off. I think he drove something like 6-7 PRs this match. So awesome driving from both players. But Tyson just too strong in this match.
Yeah. So welcome, Tyson. Congratulations on the win. Yeah, there, mate. We need you to turn your mic up. Drag yourself back in. Hang on. What's he doing? You there, mate? Tyson, you there, buddy? Still no Tyson. Tyson, is your mic working? You need to turn your mic on, probably. You might have had it muted for your stream. You're still getting no Tyson? What's going on? So we may not be able to get Tyson in.
Hello?
Oh, there you are, mate.
There we go. All right.
How you going, buddy?
I don't know what happened. I just had to refresh or open Discord.
Yep.
I was
Very nice,
not
mate.
expecting that tonight.
Congratulations. Congratulations. That's an awesome win for you, mate.
Oh my god. I did not expect that. I feel bad for him though because he had to rush it
Yeah.
because of school, but
yeah, being delayed by an hour definitely hadn't helped him, and I don't think he would have been able to finish out the match if it went to an extra set, possibly anyway, by the sound of it. So
yeah.
So really unfortunate on the delay on the SG, but anyway, you got the win. So
I am very happy with that.
Yeah.
Very.
Congratulations. I think you was another match with, I think it was Mr. Pitt, where I think you only lost by one track. So you've improved. You've improved a lot over the last few months. You've obviously been practicing a lot.
Yeah. Well, I actually did no practice at all before any of my matches before the FPG one because the Mr. Pitt match gave me confidence that made me like push, and now I've gotten better from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now I've gotten better from that, because I've actually wanted to play the game now. Like I've gotten better from that, and then my match against FPG, well, it didn't go too well, but at least I won like 2 races against him. I'm fine with that.
Don't worry, mate. No one's got any FPG yet, so yeah.
But that.
And I think we saw roughly around 6, 7, maybe 8 PRs from you in the match today, Tyson. So really well driven as well.
I have them all written down, so I know what I have to submit and shit. So yeah, six of them.
6, nice.
But
a lot of them are doubles too.
Oh yeah, BC fast lap, Yoshi Valley 3 lap, Wario Raceway 3 lap and fast lap, Sherbetland 3 lap and KTB 3 lap.
Double Wario Stadium 3 PRs too.
Wait, really?
Yep. Yeah, I looked them up. I looked up your times when you did Wario Stadium the second time, and they were both your runs were PRs. So it was PR then PR again.
I must have to. I'll have to look back and see.
Because you had all your you got all your shortcut times saved there, so you wouldn't have noticed it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a really close race, I think, and we were looking for very much the most of the race until you kind of ran away with it by a set or two in the second half. But it was pretty much a set apiece, and I think literally going down to the last kind of track on each of these sets, and he definitely was. He was coming back there in this set, but you managed to hold on, and I think the shortcut track
Yeah.
DKJP, you also got the win there as well. So practicing a bit of shortcut.
Yeah, that's probably my either that or Frappe Snowland is my most practiced shortcut.
Yep.
Followed by Wario Stadium, but I'm still crap at Wario Stadium, so I don't do it.
Yeah. So I was actually, I was thinking, because I play you in a couple of weeks, Tyson, and I was thinking I was going to play you on NTSC. But now seeing you beat TMP, who's came into the tournament as number 1 seed. He's dropped back a little bit now, but I'm thinking I'm not going to do an SG stream against you on NTSC. I'm going to have to stick
No.
So yeah, I'm not nearly as practiced as NTSC. So I think I'm going to just stick to racing you on PAL. So for now, but
all right, cheat in slow motion. Why don't you?
For sure. So yeah. Oh well. Unless you have any further comments, guys.
Not really. Just very happy with that.
Yep.
Really good race, guys. Really good race. I'm not sure when the next match is for Mario Kart One Try Tournament on SpeedGaming, but do keep a lookout, guys, because we do have a few more weeks left of the tournament still to go. So I know there's a number of games on SpeedGaming as well. So both Division 1, Division 2, and Division 3 still many games to play.
Yeah, so I think Division 1's still got NTSC rounds to do. They've done their PAL rounds. So they'll have another round of 6 or so matches each on NTSC. Division 2 is probably pretty close to finishing because you have a few less players. And I think we're right in the middle of our Div 3 matches. So, yeah, we've still got another six or so maybe rounds left. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. So we'll go right through to the end of the year just about. So, but, yeah.
How far behind were you guys? You were pretty far behind. But,
yeah, the restream was probably 30 or 40 seconds, maybe. I guess. Yeah.
I looked. I had finished already, and I looked, and I saw that TMP was ahead of me, going into the last. Well, about to go into the last lap of Choco Mountain, and and then I went off it, and I was like, "Oh no, I've lost." But then I look I leave it for like 3 seconds. I come back on and I see that I'm ahead. I'm like, wait, did he bonk or something?
Yeah. So it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much at all.
Oh yeah, only those little mistakes they can do it.
Alrighty. Well, it's
all right, guys.
So yeah, let's wrap it up. GG Tyson. That's first win for the tourney, and hopefully you get a few more. So make those playoffs and start to challenge a few people.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep practicing.
Good stuff, mate. Good stuff.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Yeah, definitely. I think we'll see some more wins from Tyson still yet to come. So we'll keep a lookout for him. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching.
Yeah. And yeah, everyone have a good night, day, whatever you're doing. So we'll talk to you next time.
All right. See you guys.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.